If you've been dealing with chronic bladder pain, you've probably heard one word over and over again: inflammation. But what if that's not the full picture? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on a hidden factor, one that could finally make sense of why your symptoms just won't go away. So let's just reframe this for a second. What if that constant nagging pain isn't just about inflammation? What if, at its very core, it's actually an energy problem happening deep inside your cells? To really get our heads around this energy problem, we have to talk about something called ATP. Now, I know, it sounds super technical, but stick with me because it is the fundamental power source for your entire body. So what on earth is ATP? Well, the official name is adenosine triphosphate. But all you really need to know is this: it's the main molecule that stores and moves energy around, powering literally every single thing that happens inside your cells. You know what? Here's a much easier way to think about it. ATP is like cellular cash. Your cells have to spend ATP to do any job, whether it's repairing tissue or sending a nerve signal. If a cell runs out of this currency, the work simply doesn't get done. It's that simple. So why is this cellular money so incredibly important for your bladder? Well, your bladder is a really active organ. It needs a constant, steady flow of ATP to do things like repair its own lining, regulate all those nerve signals, and keep the local immune response balanced. These are huge, energy-hungry jobs that are happening 24/7. And this, right here, brings us to the most important question of all. If ATP is the money, what happens when that cellular bank account starts to run low? As you can probably guess, the consequences aren't minor. They are at the very heart of why symptoms become chronic. This leads us straight into what we can call the inflammation energy loop. And it's a really nasty, vicious cycle that can trap people in a state of chronic pain and fatigue for years. And I'm willing to bet these consequences sound painfully familiar. When ATP levels drop, healing becomes sluggish and incomplete. Nerves get hypersensitive and start firing off pain signals way too easily. The bladder lining itself gets weaker. And of course, you feel that deep, system-wide fatigue, because this energy crisis isn't just in your bladder, it's everywhere. And here's the first part of that trap. The inflammation itself is a massive energy hog. Seriously, think of it like an app that just destroys your phone's battery. Chronic inflammation is constantly demanding more and more ATP, literally draining your cellular batteries dry. Okay, this slide lays out the whole cycle. Let's walk through it. Step 1, chronic inflammation creates a huge demand for energy. Step 2, all that stress damages your mitochondria. Those are the tiny power plants inside your cells that actually produce ATP. Step 3, because they're damaged, ATP production just plummets. And here's the kicker. Step 4, with low energy, your body doesn't have the resources to heal or resolve the inflammation. So the inflammation just continues, draining even more energy, and the cycle just goes around and around. So how do you break this draining loop? Well, the first step is you have to be able to see the problem clearly. You can't fix an energy crisis if you don't even know it's happening. And this is really where the whole approach has to shift away from just managing symptoms. To truly fix a deep-seated energy problem, you have to be able to measure it. And that is where advanced testing comes into play. The tool for this is called metabolomics testing. Don't worry about the complex name. What it is, essentially, is a deep dive into your body's metabolic pathways. Think of it like a complete financial audit of your cellular economy, showing exactly how well you're producing and using that ATP currency. So what does this audit show you? Well, it's incredibly specific. It reveals your body's actual real-time energy production status. It can pinpoint specific nutrient deficiencies, like maybe a lack of B vitamins or CoQ10, that are acting like roadblocks in your energy assembly line. And it measures the exact level of stress on your mitochondria, giving you a clear, actionable roadmap for healing. So once you have that data, the entire approach to healing can shift. We can finally move from just guessing to precisely targeting the real issue. Let's just compare these two approaches for a minute. The old way focuses on managing symptoms, like just trying to reduce inflammation. And yeah, that often provides temporary relief. But the new approach is about restoring the root cause. It aims to boost your body's own ability to heal by supporting your mitochondria and refilling that cellular bank account. This is how you build capacity for long-term repair. All right, let's just quickly recap the key takeaways. 1. ATP is that essential energy currency for bladder healing. 2. Chronic inflammation is a massive energy drain that makes pain worse. 3. These two things create a self-perpetuating cycle of poor healing and more inflammation. And 4. Specialized testing can actually identify the root of this energy crisis. If you take one thing away today, please let it be this. Healing isn't just about putting out the fire of inflammation. It's about restoring the fundamental energy your body needs to rebuild and repair itself from the ground up.
And that leaves us with a final thought. After everything you've tried, is it possible your body isn't just asking for less pain, but is fundamentally asking for more energy to finally do its job?